In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 steps that anybody can take right now to slash your grocery bill and save money feeding your family. It is time to restock the kitchen. And by kitchen, I mean temporary food preparation and storage space in my dining room, because my kitchen is completely out of commission for at least 6 weeks or so. I keep mentioning that because I need to remind myself more than you guys. It still feels very surreal. I already picked up a Sam's Club order this week, including some household items like paper towels, toilet paper, laundry detergent that I buy almost exclusively at Sam's. I got some items for the kids to be able to pack their lunches because we still have about 3 weeks of school left. And I picked up a few items for the air fryer for easy meals while we don't have a kitchen, plus some paper goods because I've packed up all of my dishes during this kitchen renovation. And while there were a few luxury items like some sodas and drinks for the drink fridge that I could have removed, I picked up just 17 items from Sam's Club and my total was $290. I have often said that you have to beware of the wholesale clubs because even though the price per pound, per unit, per item can be lower than purchasing at a regular grocery store, if you are not careful, those stores can be huge budget busters. All the more reason why I'd like to stay on a pretty tight budget for this particular grocery haul, but still manage to get several meals for my family for the next few days. And I've made lots of videos over the years with grocery shopping strategies that help save money. Things like shopping sales, visiting multiple stores to get the best deals, and buying house brand or generic products. But this time I thought I would zone in on one of my saving strategies that I talk about a lot on this channel and take you step by step through how I would put a meal plan together using primarily stuff that I already have on hand, taking stock of the things that are present currently in my pantry, fridge, and freezer, a small grocery haul to supplement that will allow me to save money overall feeding my family. The first thing is often the most challenging, or at least the most tedious for a lot of people, the least enjoyable part of the process, and that is to tidy up and take stock. They say the kitchen is the heart of the home, and for a lot of families, it's like a second living room. My family will often spend more time in our kitchen, or in this case, in our makeshift kitchen, than in our regular living area. But this means it can be a bit of a clutter magnet, and oftentimes things land in there that don't even belong in the kitchen. And right before I go do a grocery shop is a great time to clear off all of my counters, make sure all of the dishes are done and put away, that things are where they are supposed to go. But it doesn't stop there. Then I move on to my refrigerator and my pantry. And if this is something that you have not done in a while, if you have not cleaned out your refrigerator and your pantry and really taken a look at what you have, reorganize, get rid of things that are old or spoiled, it can take a little while the first time you are doing that. But this is such an important step in the process, especially when you are trying to save money, because you cannot use things that you cannot see. And I will often find things that have been pushed to the back of the refrigerator or dumped in the bottom of the freezer and forgotten about. I will find things hiding behind other items in the pantry that I know I can make good use of. But if you can't see it, you can't use it. So do yourself a favor and do a little cleanup of your kitchen, your pantry, your fridge, and your freezer especially, because while you are cleaning up, you are going to be taking inventory of the things that you have. And if this seems like a daunting task because you have not done it in a while, set aside some time when you can do this, maybe on a weekend, or maybe plan an easy meal or pick up a pizza one night for dinner and spend that time you would have spent cooking, cleaning out, and reorganizing some things. Because once you do that one time, it is so much easier to do it the next time if you are doing it consistently. When I am doing this before each grocery haul, or even before every other grocery haul, it only takes me 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes to do a little cleanup of my pantry, fridge, and freezer, and it keeps me from wasting things or forgetting about things that I've already purchased. My pantry is a little bit trickier right now keeping tidy because there's more stuff in here than usual. There's some things that we normally would keep in our kitchen cabinets, like cooking oils and spices, my sugar bowl, my little tea thing. I keep like tea bags and stuff in there. We usually keep liquor in one of the cabinets also in our kitchen, and I've had to move several of those items that we would normally keep in kitchen cabinets in here in the pantry. Wow, I have no kitchen cabinets. Plus, I'm seeing things that I already have while I'm doing this little cleanup. It kind of refreshes my memory as to what I have on hand, and I'm getting ideas for meals I can make with these items as I'm cleaning up. Number 2, delay your grocery trip. Once you have tidied up and taken stock, ask yourself the question, do I really need to go to the grocery store today or tomorrow if it's the next day when you were planning to go? Can I delay that trip by 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 or 4 days, depending on your schedule, and make use of the items that I already have? Can I make meals from the things that I currently have in my house, in my kitchen? Now, you might be asking yourself, Mindy, what difference does it make? I'm going to have to do a grocery shop eventually, so I'm really just delaying spending the same amount of money. But I'm telling you, there is a cost savings to this because in my opinion, there's like a mind game. When we bring new food into the house, we want to consume the new food and we forget about the old food that's still good, that needs to be used. So we end up wasting that food that we've already paid for because we brought new items that took precedence into the house. Now, please hear me loud and clear. I am not saying to eat food that is spoiled, to eat food that has gone bad or that is gonna make us sick. I am usually talking about trying to use up half-used packages of things, trying to use up produce that is still good, but that might not be good in another week. I'm talking about using up things that we have put in the freezer and maybe forgotten about before they get freezer burn. And if you have watched my channel for almost any length of time, you know that I've talked about this topic ad nauseum. In fact, I have a playlist of videos addressing this concept and me practicing it in my own kitchen. It often involves a little bit of creativity. Sometimes we have to settle for getting what we need instead of always having exactly what we want. But with a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of searching Pinterest about how to use different ingredients, or maybe watching some videos here on YouTube for inspiration, you can do it. Ask yourself, can I delay going to the grocery store for a few days, delay spending that money, and use up some of the food that we already have? Today's video is sponsored by Fabric by Gerber Life. I know in this video we're talking about budgeting for groceries, but budgeting for high quality term life insurance is really important, especially if you have a family. My husband and I have been married almost 20 years, and we certainly have more wiggle room in our income and our budget now than we did when we were first starting out. But even when we were younger, life insurance was something that we prioritized in our budget so that we could make sure that we were caring for each other and eventually our children when they came along. And even if you're young and healthy and think you don't need it, that's actually the time when you should get it because you can lock in low rates. Fabric is term life insurance you can get done today. It is made for busy parents because it's all done online, so you can get it done on your schedule. You could even be covered in under 10 minutes with no health exam required. With Fabric, you can get access to flexible, high quality plans that fit your family and your budget. And there's no risk because they have a 30-day money-back guarantee, plus you can cancel at any time. And it's more than just insurance. Fabric offers free digital wills, plus access to investment accounts to invest for your kids' future, and you can actually manage it all right from your phone. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/cmindymom. That's meetfabric.com/cmindymom, MEET fabric.com/cmindymom. And thank you again to Fabric for sponsoring today's video. When it is time to go to the grocery store, you will probably still have some things in your pantry, fridge, and freezer. So the last step in this process is to shop your kitchen first. Maybe you don't have every single item and ingredient you need to make a specific meal, but you have several of the ingredients and you just need to shop for a handful of things to round out that meal plan. As I was tidying up in the refrigerator, I saw that I had some smoked sausage in here behind the lunch packing items. And this is something I can use in a dish that I can make in my slow cooker. We're back over here in my pantry because I remembered as I was cleaning up, I saw these things. These little packages of rice that came in a meal kit. And sometimes if I can't use the meal kits like HelloFresh or Every Plate in time, I will freeze the proteins. I will stash the starches away in here in the pantry and just use them later. And I know that I can use my slow cooker to make like a really easy sausage and rice dish. I've made this before. I can just pick up maybe some peppers or something at the grocery store to add to it, some veggies to go on the side, and we'll have a meal and have almost everything we need to make it. Another thing I saw in the pantry while I was tidying up is this big jar of marinara sauce. And that got me to thinking about this heavy cream that I still have in my refrigerator that's still good. This is a pint container, it's about half full. So there's about 1 cup of heavy cream in here, which means that I have the ingredients for 2 ingredient tomato soup. Just pasta sauce and heavy cream are half and half. So I can use my slow cooker to heat that up. I do not, however, have my griddle out, and I don't want to go track it down for making grilled cheese sandwiches. So I am going to add some of that cheese toast from the freezer section into my grocery order, because I can easily heat that up in my air fryer, and we can have like little open face grilled cheese sandwiches to go along with that soup. It's actually a great day to do that. I'll probably make that tonight because it's like raining and gloomy out, and it'll be a nice easy meal on a rainy night. I mean, I'm definitely thinking baseball is not happening tonight, y'all. It's been raining for like 3 days straight. The kids did ask me for granola bars as a grab and go snack or breakfast. So I'll probably pick up a few of those, but I also see that we have half a container of cereal that I'd really like the kids to eat. We already have milk. We have a drawer full of apples and oranges. I might pick up some strawberries and maybe a few yogurt cups, but that will definitely be enough to have some breakfast and even some snack options for the next few days. I picked up lunch meat at Sam's, but we do need a few more cheese slices and also some bread for sandwiches. And I also picked up a big case of these individual packages of goldfish crackers at Sam's, and that should be enough for school lunches because we're down to like our last 10 days or so of packing school lunches. So I really don't need to put too much in there besides bread and cheese slices for packing lunches. So already I've got 2 ideas for dinners that don't require me to purchase very much at all. Plus I've taken stock of the things that we have, especially for the kids for breakfasts and lunches, and seeing that we have lots of items we can use and only need to supplement with a little bit. And if I had not taken the time to tidy everything up, organize just a little bit so I can see everything clearly, I might not have realized that and would have purchased more food that I didn't even need. Here is my Walmart grocery pickup order. You saw me adding things to my order via my phone as I was tidying up and making a plan here at home. This is a little over 1.5 pounds of chicken breast. I have some marinades already on hand in the refrigerator and a few in the pantry to choose from so that we can throw this on the grill. And then I picked up some Caesar salad kits so that we could have chicken Caesar salads one night for dinner. Now I priced out buying the romaine hearts and the salad dressing and the croutons and the Parmesan cheese, and it was actually a better deal for me just to get 2 of the salad kits, and that will be easier too, especially since I'm working with very limited space for washing and chopping produce. Speaking of produce, I also picked up 2 pounds of baby carrots for lunch packing and some bell peppers. These are great to eat fresh or also to throw in the grill basket for the grill, so really versatile right now. And 5 rather large bananas. 8 of these Dan and Light and Fit yogurt cups. I ordered the apple pie. Those are our favorite, but they substituted these. They must have been out of the apple pie, which is common. I think it's a pretty popular flavor. And then 1 pint, 2 cups, a 16-ounce container of sour cream. I already mentioned the cheese toast. I'll probably add some extra cheese to this when I toss it into the air fryer to have with our soup. And also 2 pounds of French fries. My kids like the crinkle cut the best. And I bought these to have with burgers one night because I can throw these into the air fryer while my husband throws the burgers on the grill. And if you watched my previous video, I mentioned buying a 12-pack of hamburger patties and we froze 6 of them. So those are in the freezer ready to use. And I picked up some more buns. We'll just round that out with probably some veggies and dip to go along with it. I already mentioned the granola bars. I got the big box because we tend to go through them pretty quickly. They're a popular pre-sports or band practice snack. For some reason, everybody's been on a saltine kick. So I got a box of saltines and some cream cheese because we like to eat crackers and cream cheese, or crackers and peanut butter, which I have plenty of in the pantry. I also got some turkey pepperonis and a block of cheddar and some sliced cheese. That is primarily for lunch preps, along with the bread. I got the butter bread because that's one of our favorites, and I know my kids will definitely eat that. Makes really delicious peanut butter toast too. The animal crackers were a splurge. These are just a favorite. They don't last very long. We snack on them, we put them in lunches, but I picked up a bag of those. And then I also picked up the fudge stripe cookies. If you've watched my channel for a few years, you probably know what these are for. If not, this is a hint. I got 2 more marshmallow roasting sticks because ours were really beat up and old and not very useful anymore. They were bent. And what I do is roast the marshmallows and then use the fudge stripe cookies to build the s'mores. Instead of doing a graham cracker and a piece of chocolate, we use the cookies because they already have the chocolate on them. And that's how we make s'mores during grilling season when we have a fire going in our solo stove a lot of the nights. So I set myself a $100 budget for this particular grocery haul. I did not want to go over $100 since I already spent a lot at Sam's Club this week. And this isn't quite a week's worth of meals. It's about 5 or 6 days until I'm able to get to the grocery store again. But because I did these things, I took stock of what I already had on hand, made a plan for how I could use some of the things that I came across while I was cleaning cleaning, and then just added things to my grocery haul to kind of fill in the gaps, I was able to come in well under that $100 budget. I only spent about $85 on this grocery haul. I've heard from a few of my viewers that they recently had to resubscribe to my channel. They had no idea they were no longer subscribed. So check your subscription status on my channel. Hit that subscribe button if you aren't already. And also click that notification bell if you want to know when new videos are coming out right now featuring my temporary kitchen. And in the meantime, pick out one of these to watch next, and I'll see you there.